Hey, Jim Paar here, and I want to be clear on the message that we're doing. So I did a message this morning about disrupting the auto industry. So the next couple weeks here, I'm going to feature some different dealerships, different manufacturers, and show you what I mean, what's going on. We're not going to go into the details about what I'm about to implement because that's going to be something confidential. That's between myself, my team, and the owners of these dealerships. But I can assure you, we're not picking on anybody. We're not picking on these dealerships. We're going to create a system that we've already have in play and already have developed to improve the buying experience for the customer. It's not about improving the dealership and putting money in their pocket of each employee there, but it's about improving the consumer experience and create a more profitable dealership for the owners of those dealerships. It's not about taking people's jobs away. This is about changing the industry, changing as you look at agile marketing. Agile marketing is being in a position that you can change things on the fly that day without a lot of movement. So my system is going to be very agile. It's going to be better for the dealership owners. Some of the employees are not going to like it, and they're going to get a lot of resistance from it. Just like you look at Amazon. I'm sure there's a lot of people that have gotten out of jobs. But as things move, as things change, things get better. So today we're going to feature a dealership that's in Tennessee called Serra Chevrolet Buick GMC of Nashville. And as I said again, this is to help improve these dealerships and really change the whole industry. It's been sitting stagnant. My brother was a car salesman 30 years ago, and the same things he did 30 years ago are still being done today. It's time to change this industry. It's time to change and take these strong arm corporations out of the mix that are trying to force the dealerships to do things that have no benefit to them. So as I go through this, I'm going to show you different things about Serra Chevrolet. So first of all, I want to show you something. This book, Powerful, Patty McComb, she was one of the creators of Netflix, one of the implementers of Netflix. In this book, there is the detailed business plan of what I'm about to do. And that doesn't mean that you can buy this book and write it out. But I happened to have this book when I didn't have anything else to write on. When I put this plan together, it's in here, but nobody's going to get this book until I implement it. So it's pretty ironic that in this book, I was reading this book, and that's what came upon me. And as I was, it's been 24 months in the making. I've seen dealerships that have struggled at banging their head against the manufacturers, trying to do something different, but that the manufacturer doesn't let them. They want to stay in this old school thinking. You drive up to a dealership, you're crowded with people, salespeople, and many of them not very good. And those salespeople are there to get a commission. They don't care about you. They care about putting money in their pockets. And it goes from there to the financing, to the service department. I've seen it firsthand. So what we're going to do is feature Serra Chevrolet. So let me grab my pen here. And I want to grab a different color because on this board, I'm talking about some different things. And you're going to see as I implement this into the globally, you're going to see why I've been talking about this. I'm not going into detail because, as I said, silence is powerful. President Trump doesn't tell you about a move that he's making. He just makes that move. And I'm going to make that move here very shortly. I'm ready to implement the plan and the plan of action. So as we go through here, this is Serra Chevrolet in Madison, Tennessee. And I'm going to show you some screenshots. So this could get pretty exciting. And Serra Chevrolet, let's just put it this way. Chevrolet, on some of their ads, they've been using them for year after year after year with no changes. Like, I'm not sure who their marketing company is, but they cannot technically call certain things a sale anymore because they've used it over and over and over again, like Truck Month. Truck Month is something that they used to do once a year as a big push to sell trucks. Now they do it on the same thing over and over. It might be Truck Month every other month, but it's just that creative thinking. Where does agile marketing come in? Hey, change your sales throughout the month, every day, every hour. You know, do things that are going to trigger something. And what I'm about to show you once we get to the screen here is how these dealerships are all alike. So look at this. No, they can't actually call certain sales ads anymore. So the other thing we're going to talk about is their footprint. Every dealership, like I've got 3 dealerships up right now on the screen. When I look at these dealerships, they have drone footage of their huge, massive acreage of land. And we'll show it to you. Just stay tuned and I'm going to show it to you. What does that do for a consumer? It does nothing. So what I'm trying to tell you is it is the old school way of thinking. Does that make you super big and powerful by showing that you have acreages and acreages of cars and trucks? No, to me, it makes me think that you're not playing very smart, that you're not being efficient with what your footprint is. So, huge footprint. Every dealership has it. Now let's look at Elon Musk. I was in Hawaii. He's got a small footprint. Carvana, Ernest Garcia, small footprint. They are playing smart. They're still missing a few things that we can implement. And I'm going to be talking to Elon Musk, Ernest Garcia, because those are the guys that think like me, that don't sleep at night. They're always going, and those are the guys that I want to talk to. So, footprint in the sales. Old school, they've been doing it for 30 years, the same thing over and over. Manufacturer rebates. Manufacturers know that they're going to have to give away $15,000 of a certain vehicle in order to sell it. So they know right offhand that that's going to happen. Poor websites, I'm going to show you that. They are all the same. Chevrolet brands Chevrolet. They don't brand the dealership. Every dealership should have their own message, have their own brand, have their own uniqueness about them. Not the standard website that CDK, which is the standard that GM forces you to use. They make you use CDK in order to get some of your incentive money. How screwed up is that? So poor websites, we'll show you those. No video. Let's talk about video. Of course, that drone footage is awesome and cool looking. It does nothing for the consumer. How about a video for that vehicle? No video. How about interaction with that sales guy? No sales guy. So just talking a little bit about that. And we'll show you. I'm going to go on this website and we'll see if we can do anything with it and see if it's going to do anything for us as a consumer buying, other than going to Auto Trader. Auto Trader is the same way. It's been the same year after year. And guess who owns a lot of this? Almost every system in America in car dealerships is owned by Cox Automotive. Cox Automotive is the giant that controls a lot of these dealerships, along with the manufacturers. So how can you be competitive if the dealership down the road, the other Chevy dealership, is using the same company to advertise? I don't know how you could, because you can't be competitive. You can't do things different, but we're going to change the industry to make it fair for everybody else. So sales team, everybody has a huge sales team. Lots of sales guys, and every time I go into a dealership, they're sitting at a little table with their cell phone, texting on Facebook, doing this, and that is not a productive way to do anything. So what I'm telling you is there's a lot of waste in these dealerships, and I will show you that. And what are they doing different? How is that dealership being different than anybody else? Well, their hands are tied. They can't be different than anybody else because their hands are tied in what they do. So let's look at a dealership, and we're going to talk about Serra Chevrolet here. And we're just going to flip the camera around, and we'll get it flipped around here. So there we go. Let me just position this. So what do we see on Serra Chevrolet? And Kirk Mims is on, which is awesome because he's a great sales guy, sales manager at one of the dealerships that I'm aware of. So what are we seeing here on this website? What I'm seeing is nothing that's going to draw in a consumer. First of all, look at this this white text against this background. Can you really read that? Is that going to grab my attention? Is that going to pull me in and really grab my attention? Not at all. Even the $12,000 that I can barely read is not going to do anything for me. And what is this showing me? This video of their homepage, what is this showing me? It's showing me a lot of stuff like acreage, wasted space. Like, look at this wasted space. They're trying to show you that they're a big monster dealership, and that's not the way of thinking. Look at this. This is a perfect view. So look at this. Okay, we can see their roof. We can see that they're big. And look at the freeway out there. How expensive is that property? How expensive is it to keep that property up for that dealership? Now let's just look at a few of these dealerships. Look at this one right here. So I said I was talking about Serra Chevrolet, but let's look at, we can't hardly see this logo, but we can see Chevrolet, GMC, and Buick strong up in the corner here. We can see that right away. But look at how small the brand is. Where is the branding of these dealerships? Where is it? It's missing. I would put the owner's face up there. Do something to really polish. Okay, let's look at another dealership. How is this any different than this dealership? What is the difference here? Let's go to this dealership and look at new vehicles and see if we see anything different. How is this different than this, than this? They're all the freaking same. And guess what, people? The General Motors forces these dealerships to have that website. They have to have that website. That is what's so screwed up about this. They are forced to have, and let me just go down to the bottom because I can show you right away as we get down here. Ad choice, they actually put ad choices in here. So CDK or the dealerships are making money off these ads, you know? But look at this dealer login. This is what they call a CDK website. Let's go to this one. Okay, how many website providers are out there? Another CDK website. Look at the footers. They're the same, a little bit different color. Where's the branding? Where's the identity of this owner? Now this one is dealer inspired, but it still looks the same. So if I go here, I want to buy a vehicle. Let's look at this Impala right here, 2018 Impala. Why would I buy this? Why would I buy this vehicle? What is drawing me in other than Black Friday 0% APR that they've been running for the last 24 months? What is the difference here that would really draw me in? I'm not going to go into detail because what we are putting together will draw people in, will pull people in for an experience, a true experience, and allow those salespeople an experience with that customer. We are going into, we have the millennials, we have the X generation that's up and coming. People are not marketing to them. So if I go here, why would I buy here in Murfreesboro? Or let's go here. Why? How is this any different? How is this website any different? What is the different? The Walker price. What is the Walker price? Okay, so every single month there's cash allowances, there's GM financing, there's bonus cash. So let's go over here. Same deal, but they don't show it to you. They just show us savings. And what I'm trying to tell you is there's nothing that's going to draw me in here. All these buttons down here, these buttons, check availability, request a quote, those pull you into a call center to get into their call center so somebody can bug you on the phone. Why can't I experience something better here? So if I go into this car and I want to click on it and check out some pictures, what experience am I having here? I'm not having any experience. I have to go into the dealership and experience it. So I have to use up a day and go there to do this. But what I'm trying to tell you is there's no different. Let's just, what the heck? Let's pull up a Chevrolet dealer in Atlanta and just see. So that was Serra Chevrolet. And nothing against Serra Chevrolet. I'm not here to pick on a dealership. I am here to help these dealerships out. So this is a little bit different, but let's go to, this is, I believe it's a dealer.com. That's another Cox Automotive website. Let's just look at this one, Jim Ellis. Wow. So here is their logo right up here. Can you see it? Do I need to zoom in, people? Because I can't hardly read what this says. Expect the best. Something established in 19 something. I can't read it. Automotive group. I don't, the Chevrolet logo, I can definitely read that. Jim Ellis Chevrolet of Atlanta. Where is the branding? Is the colors, is there any brand here? Is there anything? That's what's so frustrating. Again, this is a CDK website. Again, CDK is the giant that controls all these websites. Well, GM is the one that controls it and says you have to have a CDK website in order to get your money. So here's a gal that popped up, and I'm just going to ignore her because that's annoying. So if we go into new vehicles, let's search new vehicles. Let's see if this one's any different. Let's look at the Chevrolet Impala, we just looked at one. There's the Jim Ellis price, 0% APR that they've been running for months. Why would I buy this vehicle? What is there to tell me to buy this vehicle? Let's go into the interactive media gallery. So here's a very generic car. It's not even the color of the vehicle that I just asked for. And then let's go into videos. Let me guess. It's a slideshow of the images that we just saw. What I'm trying to tell you is
this could be the vehicle you're looking
is that it's not the vehicle that I'm looking for, people. But what I'm trying to tell you is that we need to change the industry. It needs to change. The manufacturers have control over these owners, and there's a way to do this in a simple way. So right now, in the next 30 days, I'm reaching out to dealerships to bring them in to be a part of this new revolution, because that's what it's going to be. It's going to change the auto industry. I've been working on this for at least 24 months, if not longer. When I saw and worked in the dealerships, I realized what's missing, why these owners are so frustrated, why these sales guys do what they do, but nobody's going into a dealership anymore. I just bought my last vehicle, never even drove it, never saw it. I bought it, walked into the dealership only because they would have delivered it to me, but only because I wanted to take a road trip. So I drove to Arkansas, picked up my Range Rover, walked in. 5 minutes later, I walked out. I was done. I did everything through text. So some dealerships, like Steve Landon, is doing different things to make your buying experience better. But they're missing the boat on so many things. They're missing the boat. And the only reason I bought that vehicle there is because it was a one-off vehicle. Nobody had it in the country. And so what I'm trying to tell you is that you need, in any industry that you're in, you need to be a disruptor in that industry. Unless you're a disruptor, you're not going to be successful. You have to be unique in what you do, different than anybody else. So what I'm telling you is we featured Serra Chevrolet. I'm going to be featuring different dealerships every day. But over the next 2 weeks, you're going to see the same thing over and over and over and over and over. It's so frustrating. So why would you not want to change to make more sales? Why would you not want to do that? If they're trying to control you, then we need to go to the manufacturers and say, this is what we need to do. So they have their 20 group meetings. They have their different things that they do. But let's just say this. Things are about ready to change. And it's going to be an awesome package that these dealerships can buy and bring in and save millions every year and increase their sales and be different than anybody else. So if you're a dealership watching this and you want that, it's going to be a package deal. We come in, we redo the entire dealership, completely reduce the footprint, reduce your cost, everything that you're looking for to save money and do better and get rid of the costly. Every dealership's at the most costly real estate that you can think of. And they're along these main drags, main highways, because they want to be seen. But you can be seen better with the system that we're going to implement. So I appreciate everybody watching. Share this video. If you watched it live, #live, #replay if you replayed. If you are a consumer that has bought a vehicle and had a poor buying experience, poor service department experience, put a 1 down for that. And I appreciate everybody watching. Thanks, Jeremiah. Shout out to Jeremiah Knight, Diaries of the Holy Night, and about to be New York Times bestseller.